My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review for In the Heights. But before I get started talking about the actual movie, this movie massively underperformed at the box office with only $11 million, and everyone's trying to figure out why, and I just quickly want to discuss my theory, and that's the fact that this movie screened 2 months ago, mid-April, and there's been lots of screenings since. There's been so many people who I follow online who've seen this movie for over a month, and I gotta be honest, I think that's why this movie underperformed. I feel like so many people who really wanted to see this movie already saw it at a screening, but that's just my theory. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know in the comments down below, but let's get started. From the very opening scene of this movie, I knew I was in for a good time. The movie begins with this great musical number and a terrific song, and it just instantly establishes the mood of the movie. And this is a very vibrant, joyful movie. Like, this movie is full of life from beginning to end. It has this non-stop energy to it. The cast in this movie is great. The standouts to me were Anthony Ramos, Corey Hawkins, who I haven't seen in a movie since Straight Outta Compton, I think. I'm glad to see him back because he's really good in this movie. There's Gregory Diaz IV and Melissa Barrero. She's also really great in this movie. The rest of the cast is really good too, but those were the 4 main standouts to me. It's a musical, of course you know you're gonna get some great songs in here. There's some great dance numbers with some terrific choreography. There's actually one dance scene in particular where it takes place on the side of an apartment building, and I thought it was very unique and visually appealing. And the story to this movie is really good. It's full of culture, and I really cared about the main story of Yusnavi and Vanessa. That love story I found to be very impactful, and even though I do like the other characters and the other stories, sometimes I felt like the movie kind of lost its focus. It's very clearly a Snavi and Vanessa story at the beginning and at the end, and in a few moments in the middle, but there's sections where we don't see them for a pretty decent period of time. There's other times where other people's stories get the forefront, and it does give the movie a bit of an all over the place feel to it. That's not to say the other stories are bad, but I just felt like Yusnavi and Vanessa's story was the one that I most personally gravitated towards, and the other stories at times took that away from me. But I guess that does kind of come with the nature of this being adapted from a play, and I know some people are going to disagree with me here, but I feel like you can't stick to it 100%. If there's a movie adapted from a book, you have to change things. It can't be 100% accurate. And I feel like the same thing with a play. There's Lin-Manuel Miranda's character who just saw snow cones, and anytime the movie focused on him, I'm just like, what is he adding to this movie? And the answer is nothing. I just feel like maybe this movie adapts itself from the play a bit too much to a fault where it does start to drag the movie down as an actual movie. And even though I did like lots of the dance numbers and all that, there were some moments that I just found to be over-directed and over-edited. Like, there's a few scenes that just have too many cuts, and it's headache-inducing. But I'm not kidding, there's a few scenes that I just found were a bit too much, particularly that scene at the club. And this might just be a me problem. Keep in mind, I haven't seen the actual musical, but this movie counts down to the blackout. And it feels like there's going to be a lot that happens on this blackout, and I just found the whole thing to kind of amount to nothing. I found it to be very underwhelming, but that's just me. But this is my review, so what were you expecting from me? There was a grandma character, and lots of people are going crazy for her performance, and the actress did do a really good job, but I just found the character to be poorly written within this movie. She didn't feel properly utilized throughout. You can kind of gain a sense of the importance she has, but you don't feel it as much as you should. Also, this movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes. I know I say this a lot, but this movie was too dang long. It could have cut off about 20 minutes. I feel like lots of what could have been cut off was from the other supporting characters in their story. I will say that at first I wasn't too sure on the framing device of the movie, but by the end it totally won me over, and I thought it was actually really clever. It might sound like I'm completely dogging this movie. I don't mean it to sound that way, but I don't think it's a perfect movie. I know lots of people are going crazy for it right now and they love it, and that's awesome. I'm glad they're enjoying it. I watched it. I definitely enjoyed it. I liked it. I'm going to give it a good score, but I don't think it's as great as I've heard. I do think there's issues. It's not as tight as I would have liked, and there are moments that engage me more than others, but Like I said, it's still a vibrant, joyful movie. It's got some great song and some great dance numbers in it. The cast is great, there's heart here, there's some really funny moments, and I definitely enjoyed it. I will give this movie a 7 out of 10. Did you watch In the Heights? Did it reach the heights of modern movie musicals for you? If so, let me know down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more videos soon. Gavin out.